Hello everyone, welcome back to Road Reg, and in today's video it's service time. That's right guys, my favourite time of the year. We're doing a oil change and air filter change, and we are going to be heading over to Aldingbourne, and the guy who's going to be doing the service on my car has actually featured on the channel before, and I haven't seen him since that video. And this video is going to be a complete vlog basically. I'm just going to roll the camera and let you guys see the whole experience, because you know, it's fun. So there's a few things we need to do before heading over to James's garage, and the first thing is fuel. So I'm just at my local Tesco's. There are closer garages to me. There's a Shell and a Mobile one, but to be honest with you, I've been running this car on Momentum for a while now, and I like to keep it the same fuel. All right, let's get some fuel. All right, so she's got a full tank of gas and she's ready to go. The next thing we're going to do is get some coffee. A little top tip: if you turn up to your mechanic with a coffee or a tea, depending on what he likes, because not everybody likes coffee and not everybody likes tea. Personally, I love coffee, like a lot. And I did find out beforehand if James is a coffee or tea man, and he said coffee. So if you turn up to your mechanics with a coffee, that's a really nice little gesture. So basically, in essence, if you look after your mechanic, he or she will look after you. It's as simple as that. Damn Mini Cooper trying to race in me. This Mini Cooper's trying to race me, man. Two old Billies in there. Can you believe it? Unbelievable.
We don't do sparkling, we do still water, is that alright?
That's absolutely fine, yep. Thank you. I do like my sparkling water, I'm not going to lie. Judge me all you like. Personally, I think it has a nicer finish on the palate. Let's grab the coffees and we'll head over to the garage, and then I'll catch up with you there. Right, see you in a second.
So it's 2 cappuccinos and 1 water, yeah?
Yes.
In the $5.75.
Lovely, cheers.
Oh, yeah.
Got the, not the Greg's app, no. Is there a Greg's app?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Download it and you get a free hot drink on it.
Oh, sweet.
When it's your birthday, it gives you free donuts.
Oh,
And
yeah.
you get 9 points on literally everything. You get 10 off for free.
Really?
So sandwiches, cakes, everything.
I can't believe I haven't been signed up, man. I've been missing out. James, how you doing?
All right, buddy. All right, mate.
You all good?
Yes, mate. Yeah, good to see you.
Nice to see you too. It's been a while.
I know, mate.
The last time I saw you was at Goodwood when we were racing.
How long was that?
That was a while ago.
I've had that a year, or it's going to be 2-3 years ago.
Was it that much? Have you still got the Type R?
Not the FK8, no, I got that instead.
Oh, you got that instead?
I had the FK8 for the Nürburgring.
Nice.
But obviously the fuel tank is so small,
Yeah.
I worked out to do 3 laps of the ring.
Really?
So
that's basically that's about 36 miles, 37 miles.
Exactly. So
wow.
The plan was to have it to go to the ring, obviously, but the fuel tank was so small.
Yeah.
I worked out, because I do the DN days down at DN events. There's open pit all day.
Yeah.
So I like track time, but I'd spend more time in 3 laps in the fuel, and it's not 5 minutes, it's 20 minutes probably to fill it up. By the time you get off, get there, queue up, fill it up, get back on. So you think it's like 6 laps an hour. This is my little workshop.
Nice.
And then the house is just a separate entity, so I've got that to do. And obviously keeping the business running and stuff like that is always challenging and things like that. So yeah, we get it in, we get it on the ramp, and then we'll have a good look and go from there.
Let's do it.
So I'll get it on the ramp. Cheers, man. Thanks for the coffee.
That's all right. Hopefully it's not too cold.
It's perfect. Just ready to drink.
And yeah, we're just saying, obviously last time I saw you was back in Goodwood. I literally came after work, and lo and behold, there you were, and we were having a race. And it was good.
First car all day, they'd given me a bit of a challenge. It was good.
Exactly,
It was
yeah.
good.
Just a little bit of a challenge,
no,
you know.
there was nothing in them. There was absolutely nothing in them as well.
I'm surprised about it because yours was mapped, man.
It was all. I had no brakes.
Oh yeah.
So the FK8 brakes are really, really standard form, in my honest opinion. I don't think they're up to the job of probably on a standard form car, but I'd just done quite a lot of tuning to mine, and I hadn't put it on. That's the first time on track.
Yeah.
And then we went out, and I was like, "Oh, that's a funny noise. The brakes don't feel very good." And then all of a sudden, they were metal on metal.
Yeah.
Brand new discs, brand new pads.
This 1 Series compared to that Type R, it's not on the same wavelength in terms of track work. Your car is properly set up. You're on.
Yeah, the suspension setup and everything like that was definitely for track. This is more refined for an all-round car, but extremely capable car.
It surprisingly is. I mean, look, it's not stock. We've got the diff on there, and to be honest with you, once you put a diff on this car, it transforms it, as well as the Bilstein V8 dampers. And it's nice because you don't need to do too much. You know, diff, suspension, these spacers on the wheels as well, just to widen the track. And the engine, I'll show you. So yeah, engine stock. Yep. This is the only real, apart from the air filter, there's a bit of a story about that in a minute because I am going to be putting a brand new K&N air filter, but there already is one in there.
So we're going to replace that.
We are, but the reason why I'm doing that is because I actually bought that used, that air filter.
This one?
Yeah, I bought it used off someone who had a 140, but I haven't got time to clean it at the moment because I want to leave it for a couple of days to wick, but I need to drive the car. So I thought if I just buy a new one, I'll clean this one up, put it in the new box, and just sell it.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, So the only thing I've done really is that, and that's an Osprey Performance intake pipe.
Yeah.
I think it's the V3. Don't quote me on that. I've kind of forgotten. It's been a long time. That basically just deletes the intake resonator.
Okay.
And
I think it's like more throaty feel.
yeah, you get a bit more turbo noise because these don't have a lot of turbo noise.
Quiet.
But they are quiet.
BMW for you. Everyone wants them nice and quiet, don't they?
Wow,
Refined.
Yeah.
The Germans are very good at that.
Well, to be fair, this one in particular, as you heard, it's not quiet, is it?
No. No, when you put your foot down, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But that's it.
Cool. We'll get into it. We'll get the strut brace off first, so we can get the engine cover off, and then we'll have a look. Then we'll go up in the end. Normally, what I do first is probably under tray off, or start draining the oil, let that drip out while we do everything else, and then while the engine's nice and hot, we'll get that done, and then we'll let that drain out.
Cool.
Come back, see you in a minute.
We all like to talk, don't we?
Yeah.
Also, James has got a cracking whiskey collection. Look at this. Tokai, Suntory whiskey, Jack Daniel's single barrel. Beautiful. Love that. You like this one? You prefer this one over the single barrel,
I prefer that one over
don't
the Jack Daniel's Select. This one I don't tend not to open because once it's opened, it goes down quite quickly.
Yep.
And then that affects my work the next day, which is not ideal when you're working on customers' cars.
Well, no, because it's funny you should say that. I had a bottle of the 1 litre bottle of Jack Daniel's Apple, and it's all gone. So
it's strange, isn't it?
It didn't last.
It's the little hole in the top that I find makes the problem. It all comes out of there. Obviously, as you're probably aware, I've only got a mid-rise ramp in here, so it's not full rise due to head height. But generally, things I'm checking for are engine mounts, any residue of coolant, fluids, anything like that have been out or down in before. I've got oil coolers at the back. Anything underneath, no misting of oil or anything like that. It's an extremely dry engine that I've seen at the minute.
Oh, that's great news.
All looks nice and dry.
Lovely.
Nice. Right, let's get that oil dropped.
Awesome. So she's passed the test?
Yeah, so far, so good.
Good.
Which is excellent news.
Yeah.
No, that's an aftermarket sump plug in there, is it?
Yes.
Do you know what size it is?
And there's also, I've bought another... Oh, all the stuff's in the boot, by the way.
That's all right. I'm only dropping this out for now. So
oh, okay, cool.
Let's have a look, see what size we got.
I've bought a I actually had to buy this. I bought a magnetic sump plug. A sump plug. So yeah.
Right, let's just grab this out. Now.
Let's see how clean or dirty one is. Golly gosh, that's quite clean, isn't it?
It's extremely clean. That's good. It's a well-maintained engine, because you wouldn't believe some of the states of oil that come out of cars.
Really?
Oh, it's just, you know, and a lot of people, I understand, they're financially strapped at the minute. A lot of people are. However, when your car breaks and you can't get to work, you're even more financially strapped. So it may seem like a false economy looking after your car. Like we say, at a minimum, just drop the oil, bring it in. I check it over. Things can be addressed earlier.
Yeah.
Than later, which is always better.
Exactly.
Prevention is better than cure. That's, I believe, is the saying. All right. Miller's, yeah, good oil, good quality oil. 530, genuine oil filter, magnetic sump plug. There we go. So we've got good quality oil and a good quality oil filter.
Big thanks to Williams Performance for sorting me out. Basically, these guys they specialise in BMWs. Like, they do a lot of great stuff with the B58 and the N55 and the S55, but they're great. So this B58 takes exactly 6.5 litres.
Nice.
Yeah, basically, I just thought I'd tell you that, because obviously I've had it done before, and it's 100% 6.5 litres.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
It's always that sort of information. There are places like Auto Data. If you work in the industry, you can pay. It used to come on a CD back in the day when I was young. It used to come in floppy disk, I believe,
Whoa.
or before that was a book.
Sorry, what a floppy disk?
Yeah, exactly. For your younger generations, it's old computing stuff.
Yes.
But in the day, it was cool. It used to come in like 5 discs, which used to make, I don't know, somebody would quote me on it, but it's like 6 meg or something like that.
Yeah.
Before that, it was just a huge textbook, and you just used to look up all your model, and it used to tell you all your capacities and things like that. Right. Here she is.
There she is.
In all its glory.
And all of the wires.
So, here we are. Just for safety, just put this back on. Just rest that on there like that, just to help that, in case you drop any sort of debris and things like that down there. So, oil filters at the back.
Nice.
Here.
Is that an extension bar?
Yeah, a little extension bar and just a little waggle piece like that. It just makes it a bit easier to get it on there. You can hear that extra oil coming out. So once you release the air in the oil filter housing, more oil will come out.
Nice.
So try not to just undo it and take it out straight away. We get it so it's sort of finger tight. So
old K&N out.
Old K&N out.
And then new one in. And then this one will be cleaned up by myself and then sold, because it's in absolutely fine condition. It just needs a clean. Basically, I just like to leave it for a few days to wick, but I haven't got time at the moment. And you know, with the oil, basically, I like to leave the oil on there for at least a couple of days, because they say that if any oil gets through the MAF sensor, it can make the MAF sensor fail.
Yep.
And so I like to just leave it to wick for a little bit. But in theory, you should never have to change this air filter. They are for life. You just clean it.
Buy a cleaning kit for it. And some of them are polymer coated. They've got like a slightly sticky outer coating that helps like dust particles stick to it. That's fine, but they do clog up extremely quickly.
Ah, okay.
So a lot of the dirt can stay on there quite a long time. So we'll just pop that back in there, and that should simply click back in. It's quite a simple procedure.
Nice.
Nice and simple. So now we'll pull the oil filter and we shall have a look looking at the state of the oil, I shouldn't imagine there'd be much concern with this. As I suspected, no. It's very good.
Good.
Very
That's what we like to hear.
So generally one of these kits, you have a new oil seal, new O-ring. And with Genuine, you get yourself a little copper washer as well for the sump plug, but we're changing the sump plug, so that doesn't need to be done.
Yeah.
Before throwing the old oil filter away, it's probably worth just to check that they're similar.
That's it.
Before, I've known people try and wind them in. They've been slightly different or slightly different heights or a few variations in some of the manufacturers, and people just try and wind them in, and then they wonder why they have issues. So get yourself a little pick. Just hook your little rubber seal off.
Nice.
And give that a clean up before.
She's not too dirty though. I mean, that's not bad, is it?
No, not
What are we
at all.
looking like in there? All good? Yeah, lovely.
A little bit of residue in there, which is fine.
The B58 does have a slight problem where it can just, well, it's not the B58, but I have known on the group some people have been having those oil filters disintegrate.
Yes.
Have you heard about that as well?
Yes, I have seen it before with fuel filters and stuff like that. I would say it's probably not necessarily the filter, possibly the grade of oil that's being used. If it's a genuine filter, I'd be surprised. I have seen it before where it goes disintegrates, but generally that would be the additives that are in the oil over the paper.
Wow. Okay.
Or it's been in there too long.
Well, yeah, if you're mechanically sympathetic, then...
Told ya.
That didn't scare me at all. I can't be the only one. I can't be the only one.
Everyone that comes in it, I'm just inert to it. It just comes on. Yeah.
Woo, boy.
So I did warn him that it was going to come on. He went, yeah, that's fine. And then it came on, and you should have seen his face from my picture because he nearly shot out of his skin.
I'm awake now. Golly gosh. Woo, boy.
Ideally, you don't want to force it. Put a little bit of oil on the rubber seals. That just helps it bed into the housing a bit easier, especially on a new oil filter that's dry. There is a bit of residue oil that's already in the filter housing, but it's just nice just to help it go in there. We don't want any mishaps later on down the line or little oil leaks or something like that.
I'm glad we got that compressor on camera because that's quite funny.
Definitely wakes everyone up. So, oil filter's back on. While that's done, generally I'll just do the washer fluid.
That's very kind of you.
I'll try not to get it all over the wing. Oil filter's on, done up, done up, done up. If I touch it, it means I've done it. Yes. And then mentally I have this thing and I don't wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning going, did I do that up? Every mechanic that watches this will know exactly what I'm talking about.
Really?
Yes, you will have those little it's always 2, 3 o'clock in the morning you wake up and you go, did I do that up? And then you think, I haven't had a message. Nice clean funnel, make sure it's all nice and clean. You can have a quick look in there. You can see the top of the cam lobes. You can see how they're wearing. No real heavy polishing, no heavy grooves. It's a good indicator of it's nice and clean. There's no real carbon build up on there. You can tell you do frequent oil and filter changes. This is another 1 litre bottle, so we're going to put all of this in, and this will be 6 litres. And then we're going to put half of one in to make 6.5. We'll just take our time and make sure we don't overdo it.
Yeah, look at that.
Bang on.
Perfect.
We'll take it. Seatbelt light, handbrake lights on. We've got no other warning lights. We're quite happy that we've got oil pressure. No rattly, tapply bits, so we'll go up in the air and double check underneath.
Nice. Yeah.
Obviously, I always enjoy looking at other people's cars. We're done, bonnet's down, everything's done, we're happy, oil level's okay, no leaks, under trays on, new air filter, new oil filter, new oil, good to go for many more miles. Okay, if you need to get in contact with me, any questions, messages, or you just want some advice, generally I do all my stuff through Instagram, because I'm old and I don't do all the modern day platforms. You go on Instagram, it's JR Automotive or J_R_automotive, and you'll see all the work that I do on there, all the cars that I've worked on generally in here. And if you want to get in contact with me, just feel free to drop me a message through there. Not a problem at all. Look forward to hearing from you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, James.
Anytime. So for now, we'll get this out. We'll get the door open, we'll get this off the ramp.
Yeah.
And then I'll give it back to you.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I'll pay you.
Yes. Important bit.
Absolutely. Okay, so here we are, we're at the end of the video. It's been a great day. The car is feeling good. She's got new oil filter, and a brand new K&N air filter. It feels great to drive. And yeah, James, fantastic mechanic, really knows his stuff. He's got a wicked setup, and he's passionate about cars like me. So if you need a mechanic, definitely get in touch with him on Instagram. And even if you've got a question, he's really approachable. Just DM him on Instagram and he'll get back to you. And yeah, I couldn't recommend him anymore. So top guy. Thank you very much, James. And I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.